Welcome back, folks. BShooter94, and we're here with another Wednesday night Nitro here in July 25th of 2001. It's one more week after this until we are at Uncensored's pay-per-view. We are opening the show this week in front of 2,700 people at the University of Central Florida. First things first, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody who's made Bash at the Beach a huge success and made last week's Nitro a huge success. Let's keep those likes going, guys. Keep it going. Make sure you throw comments in there. I respond to every one of them. So let's keep this save going, guys. This has been my favorite one I've done in a very long time. Got so many ideas flowing, so many, just great things about this save. So let's keep it going, all right? So we're going to open the show here with our normal video package that we do at the beginning of every Nitro. 72 rating on that. Those are the 5 main event or major stars of our company at the moment, so we're just going to use those 5. Not much really to say there other than that. We open our Nitro this week with Booker T coming down to the ring and says that last week we found out that Lance Storm defeated Diamond Dallas Page. Granted, he couldn't do it by himself, but Lance, if it means one more time I gotta beat your ass at Uncensored, I'm more than happy to do so for this belt. Lance Storm's gonna interrupt him and says, "You can say whatever you want, Booker. You got me at the last pay-per-view. I get you that. But at Uncensored, Lance Storm is walking out as WCW champion." Shane McMahon walks out and says, "After last week's main event, I've decided to come up with an extravagant main event for Uncensored. And yes, Lance Storm, you will be in the main event against Booker T. But you will not be alone. It'll be also Diamond Dallas Page and BG James, as the 4 of you will compete for the WCW Championship in a ladder match." 76 overall on the rating there. Booker T by himself got us a 93. Adding Lance Storm to the mix got us a 72, and then adding Shane McMahon was a 69. So good stuff here out of this. Storyline advanced and gained heat. DDP and BG James storyline has advanced. Lance didn't do great, but he did good enough, and that's good enough for me. Shane and Booker and Lance did well. Booker did fine. Shane did fine. We deserve better color commentary. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. And then all these things are from Booker and Shane. So good stuff here to open the show. So our main event, I'm pretty sure I already pre-booked this, but let me double check. I sure did. The Fatal 4-Way for the ladder match for the WCW Championships already pre-booked and ready to go for Uncensored. Also, tonight, main event will be Booker T facing BG James in a non-title match. So that's our main event of the evening, guys. Lots of stuff to open up the show here. I'm excited for a big Fatal 4-Way for Uncensored. To say that Uncensored's a B-rated pay-per-view, that's okay. But I think what's going to be nice with Uncensored is going to be a lot of gimmicks to every match. And it'll allow kind of a breath of fresh air as we go into the fall, where we have Fall Brawl, Halloween Havoc, Mayhem, and then Starrcade. So the next 4 pay-per-views after Uncensored are going to be loaded with lots of big stuff going into the end of the year. So 76 rating to open the show. And our first bout in the evening, and a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Billy Kidman defeats Jamie Noble in 640 by pinfall with a shooting star press. Wrestling rating was a 53. The crowd rating was a 30. Segment overall a 56. Kidman got us a 61 rating and Jamie Noble a 45, and the commentary was good. So this is simply just a cruiserweight showcase to give Billy Kidman a nice win here over Jamie Noble, as we slowly are going to be pushing more cruiserweights as we can here. We do have a cruiserweight debut coming soon. I don't know exactly how that's going to go, but we'll see how he kind of adjusts to being on the roster. That's all I'm going to say about that. Good match here to open the show, though. Good stuff. Post-match, Christopher Daniels attacks Billy Kidman from behind. This rating's not good, which is totally fine. But we are kind of doing a little cruiserweight feud here between Daniels and Kidman. It started last week when Kidman defeated Christopher Daniels, and this is Daniels getting payback on Kidman. 29 on that rating. Ignore that. Gotta take chances here as we start. And Daniels and Kidman story has advanced, but did lose heat. We get a interview with Chavo Guerrero backstage, talking to Juventud Guerrera about tonight. And he says that tonight, Juventud, I'm giving you a shot to face AJ Styles to try to weaken him prior to Uncensored. Since our other partner, Psychosis, is out with an injury at the moment, I need you to step up to the plate and do your job. Juventud is obviously, giving him the okay and saying that he's going to do it. And we have a match coming up, a non-title bout. 38 on the promo from Chavo. As you remember, we talked about this last week. Chavo will be using his rematch clause at Uncensored to face AJ Styles for the Cruiserweight Championship. Story has advanced, but did lose some heat. And Chavo did good with the no script. So good stuff there. Alright, in and about that had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. AJ Styles defeats Juventud Guerrera in 9:37 by pinfall with a spiral tap. This match was high spots. Wrestling rating of 45, crowd of 39, and the segment was a 48. Juventud 33, AJ a 57. So Juventud showed unprofessionalism. He wasn't trying at all. The Cruiserweight title has advanced. It was an awkward bout. The commentary lifted the match, and AJ had a hot new move. I think I'm going to let Juventud go. He's become a problem backstage for me, refusing to do really anything, besides win matches, and that's just not how we roll here. So I think he's going to get a quick little exit from WCW sooner rather than later. Psychosis is hurt right now, so we'll see kind of where he falls with everything, but I think Juventud is definitely not doing himself any favors, and AJ Styles gets the win, pushing towards his rematch against Chavo Guerrero. We get a backstage promo from Diamond Dallas Page, who's walking backstage. As an interviewer walks up to him and says, Page, how do you feel about being added to the main event for Uncensored? And Page says, well, to be honest, I should have been in the main event anyway. BG James decided to get his nose into my business again last week when I had Lance Storm beat, and it could have been me versus Booker T at Uncensored, but you know what, forget all that. I'm happy to be in that fatal four-way for the WCW Championship, and tonight I know BG's facing Booker in the main event, and I will have my eye on that to make sure no shenanigans happen, but also could be plotting some revenge against BG. 75 on that rating there out of Page. Both storylines have advanced, and Page did great without a script. So Page knows, Page found out kind of after the fact that he's in the Fatal 4-Way. He's happy, but he's a little annoyed about the fact that he's not in a singles bout. And sounds like there's going to be some, he's going to have Booker T's back tonight when BG faces him in the main event. So good stuff there to Page. We get a video package, just to recap last week. As Bob Holly had his open challenge, and Dreamer answered it and called him out for attacking all the rookies. After the match, Bob Holly tried to attack Dreamer, and Rob Van Dam made the save. As tonight and last week, RVD laid out a challenge for tonight against Bob Holly, and that's what we're going to shortly here. So 42 on the video package, just as a recap of last week. Both storylines have advanced, and RVD benefited from it. So good stuff. We are going to get a promo from Rob Van Dam backstage. Says that he's sick and tired of Bob Holly trying to do this angry vet nonsense against all the young guys here at WCW. And he applauds Tommy Dreamer for standing up. But he couldn't lay back and let Tommy Dreamer take a beatdown from Bob Holly. And that's why he came out last week to throw some revenge at Bob Holly. And he's going to do that tonight, as he is Mr. Wednesday Night. And he is going to put on a show for these fans. 75 promo from Rob Van Dam. I did end the Canyon RVD storyline because Canyon is injured, and Bob Holly Angry Vet story has advanced, and RVD benefited from the two things there. Oh, okay. And about that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Rob Van Dam defeats Bob Holly in 12:49 by pinfall with a 5-star frog splash. Wrestling rating is 72. The crowd of 51, and a 76 on the match. Wow. was not ready for that. Bob Holly is 63, RVD an 80. The storyline has advanced. Deserve better color commentary, which I don't agree with, and RVD benefits from all the things. Wow, okay, what a great match here for Nitro between Bob Holly. I didn't expect Bob Holly to show out like that. But great stuff here out of these two guys. We are kind of segueing for RVD because of Canyon's injury, but I also felt like that storyline has run its course. We'll see what happens now with Bob Holly now that RVD has kind of shut him up with his victory. We get a backstage promo from the Second City Saints before the tag team title match tonight, as CM Punk and Colt Cabana are talking about their match, but then behind them, Chuck Palumbo and Shawn O'Hara attack them from behind, beating them up with pipes, and then they slammed Colt Cabana's arm in a door, as Roddy Piper is standing next to the interviewer saying, well, this is just how these guys are now, and if you want to try to come after the tag team titles, just know we're lurking around every corner and we will take you out. So it looks like a lot of stuff here. 50 rating on the overall segment, 44 out of the Second City Saints, and 54 out of everybody involved. The storyline has advanced. Roddy Piper looked good, I'm assuming. The commentary quality of the match, and CM Punk's getting better at his gimmick. Last week, if you remember, we were supposed to have a WCW Tag Team Championship match with the Second City Saints facing off against Palumbo and O'Hare. We can't do that because Colt Cabana's hurt. He has an injury. So this is our way of writing off Cabana, and this allows me to kind of have some things in my back pocket for when he comes back. But we are going to do something with CM Punk for Uncensored. So we'll see kind of where we're going here. But this is great. I love this. Makes the tag team champions really feel like pieces of garbage, and that they fully embrace their heel, and that Roddy Piper leading them is exactly kind of what we needed for them. So I like this a lot. I hope you guys do too, because I'm actually really excited the direction we're going here. In and about that, decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. This is just a thrown together match, but Johnny the Bull needs a win. Johnny the Bull defeats Hugh Morrus in 8-16 by pinfall with a diving spinning leg drop. Wrestling rating of 44, the crowd was a 37, and the segment was a 44. Hugh Morrus a 43 on the rating, and Johnny the Bull a 44. The commentary lifted the match. Full transparency, guys. Hugh Morrus is just taking L's until he's gone. Johnny the Bull and the FBI have not hit the way I'd like them to, and that's on me. I'm going to be real. But I'll find spots where I can for them. They have still a place on the roster. Johnny the Bull is a good young worker, so maybe we can do something with him going forward. I think turning him heel and putting him with the FBI is good. I just wish they were better at ratings, man. If I could do promos with them, I would really have a good time with it, but they can't cut a promo to save their life, so we'll have to figure that out, but that's okay. Good stuff here. We get a backstage promo from Curt Hennig talking about his WCW US title match against Mike Awesome next. And he talks about how last week Mike Awesome decided to attack him from behind just because he couldn't beat him. And he says that's some, I'm trying not to swear on this, but, he calls some chicken, SHIT in there, that he decided to attack him from behind, and, that he couldn't take his loss like a man, and that tonight I'm going to show once and for all that I'm the undisputed WCW United States Champion, and Mike Awesome, you can go to the back of the line after this loss. 63 rating out of Curt Hennig with that promo. The U.S. title story has advanced, and Curt Hennig is getting better at his gimmick. So, good stuff, Curt. We're finally getting promos out of you that don't suck, so this is good. And our WCW United States Championship match. In a decent match, Curt Hennig defeats Mike Awesome in 14:41 by a pinfall with a fisherman suplex. Curt Hennig makes defense number 1 of the WCW United States Championship. Wrestling rating of 64, crowd of 53. Segment was a 64. Mike Awesome got us a 62 rating, and Curt Hennig got us a 67, and the storyline has advanced. So we decided here that Curt Hennig was going to keep the U.S. title for right now, beating Mike Awesome here. I do have an idea for Uncensored, and it's going to come together next week, so stay tuned for that. But this was, I think, the right move. Keeping Curt Hennig with the U.S. title for now is, I think, the safe bet. Have him be a good in-ring worker for the belt. So 64 rating on that, guys. Good stuff. I love this. We get a quick promo from BG James backstage talking about how he's finally in the main event for a WCW pay-per-view, as he felt he should have been there anyway, and that he feels that he is going to become the WCW champion. He's never been in a ladder match, but he looks forward to causing punishment to Booker and DDP, and if he has to, he will take out Lance Storm. He's the degenerate. I'll do whatever I gotta do to become champion. Both storylines have advanced, and BG did well without a script. 65 rating out of BG James there. And in our main event of the evening, and about to had great heat and good wrestling, Booker T defeats BG James in 15 minutes when BG James gets disqualified after Lance Storm runs in and attacks Booker T. This match was a storytelling matchup. Wrestling rating was a 66, crowd a 62, overall segment was a 69. BG with a 55, Booker a 77. Both storylines have advanced, and Booker benefits from the hot new move. As it's a 2-on-1 beatdown, Diamond Dallas Page hits the ring, clears the heels out of the ring, as Booker T and DDP are standing tall, as Page hands over the WCW title to Booker, as the baby faces stand tall to end the show. 75 rating on that. Both storylines have advanced. Page did good. Booker did good. Everybody really did great in this segment here. We got one more Nitro before the pay-per-view, so something's going to happen here, obviously. 75 rating on the save by Page. The heels are reeling, and we have our main event set for Uncensored with these four guys, so I'm very excited for that rating. Let's get a show rating here for Wednesday Night Nitro. And we got a 71, which, you know what, even though we had a couple of rough ratings, we had a lot of 70s in there. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 70 ratings there. So the rating makes sense in that sense. Buff Bagwell, guys, announcement is leaving us. He did go to WWE. His contract starts on August 1st, so that's why you'll see in the pre-show he lost to Daniels. Didn't want to put him on Nitro. He didn't deserve it. So that's where we're at, guys. Make sure we're crushing that like goal. Make sure we're crushing the comments, guys. I respond to every one of them. Y'all keep this save going. I'm having a great time with it. I hope you guys are too. Next week we'll come out with next Nitro, which is next week in the game, will be our go-home show for Uncensored. I will do my best to get that recorded. I am dealing with a hurricane here in Florida, so as soon as I'm able to get that recorded, I will and get that out to you guys. So I'll see you guys for the next Wednesday Night Nitro.